Alright, we're coming up to the twin bridges of our ride. Bridge number 1. And bridge number 2. You can see we're still in a flood stage right now. The water's very high, especially down here. The bank is all flooded. We are going to try and fish possibly a couple spots down here. Here comes a giant hill. I haven't been up this since last year, so see if I can make it. Oh. All right. So we're coming to some residential now. We'll pick it back up if we come up to anything interesting. All right, so we're coming up to our first spot that I think we're going to fish. And we are at flood stage here, so we don't really have any shoreline. And where I want to fish is flooded. I'm going to see, because I want to fish around this one of these pillars here, these bridge supports, where there's a little the water is a little rough going around that thing. I don't know if I'll be able to get out to it though. I didn't realize the water was all the way up this far. The frogs seem to like it. Whew. I don't know if we're going to be able to fish this. Because I would have to walk in that water there. And there's no shoreline here to work with, because I wanted to toss it in there in between those branches in the shore here, where the water kind of shoots through there. It's usually there, but it isn't usually all way up here to the bike path. It's a good parking spot. Okay, so you don't have much shoreline at all here, so I have to decide if I want to get wet and walk out into this grass a little bit. But I'm just going to try some tosses. But I really want to fish up there. I'll just try down here and see what I'm dealing with here. Let's just take a walk up here a little bit and see what we're dealing with. See, I can't really get through all that stuff right there to hit that spot, I don't think. Because I want to fish that area right in there. That's about as close as I can get. That's the little area there, though. Right below that that support there. I'm getting pulled pretty fast. I seem to see some little bubbles among those branches there. Could be some carp hanging out in there. This is normally carp that hang along the shoreline here. It's because it's a shallow. But I don't. It just doesn't look. It just doesn't. It's not very fishable right now. We're gonna have to try and find something else. In these floods, come ride through this over here. So as long as we don't stop, we should be fine. It's only a couple inches deep through here. I just don't want to get sprayed going any faster than this. The bike did need a cleaning, so be able to wash off some of that dirt. Just to make sure there isn't any surprises in here in this water. But the path is so close to the bank here that any kind of flooding, it's going to come right up onto the path. So we're going to head to our next spot here. Okay, so we've got another spot here. It's well flooded, but it's got some rocks and stuff, so it's creating a little riprap, I guess you call it. And it's really nice to bounce a jig through areas like this. And there are minnows on the shoreline all over the place, so there's a good area for a bass or something to. If they see something bouncing around in those rapids there that ventures out a little too far, that's where you get them. And that little bit of rapid action gives the jig a little movement, a little nice movement. We'll have to see. There's one other spot that I'm going to try before I go up there. Okay, so here's another little area that I like to fish. Though I don't know that I've gotten anything out of here lately. But through the years, it's been a very good spot because you've got the river flow going by here, and you got a stream coming out of here where the little fish hang out. So the fish like to hang out in an ambush here, and the big fish even I believe they come in here to spawn too. So they're going to be hanging around here. But you know, again, we've got these flood waters, this dirty water, and it's not that warm yet, and it's higher than it would normally be. The high water can be good, and it can be bad depending on the water temperature. If you got a nice warm water temperature, high water, and we got some nice chop going through here, some bouncing the jig around in here is never a bad idea. I don't know if that was a rock or if that was something to swipe at it over there. Don't have anything on the jig. Usually they're going to smack it right away if they're biting. I don't know if I can get an angle from the mouth of the stream here to run it right in here like it's a minnow trying to get back into the stream. But we got some branches and stuff to watch out for, and some mud here to slide down in there. I lost my grip because my shoes are wet. They're wet and muddy. See if I can land it in between these branches here. And we hit a snag right away. A lot of snags in here because it's still shallow, even though it's all flooded out. The stream is not flooded. There's another opening over here. So we got another flooded out section here, but we got some nice ripples here coming around the corner, around these branches here. It's really more of a carp type area though, with the slow shot, slow shoreline here. Say that 3 times fast. All right, we got pretty lucky here. Now, there was a guy fishing up here. Looked like he was camped out with a bucket and stuff. So who knows what he pulled out of here. But water level looks good for this dam for how I'm going to fish it. It's still a bit too high if you were to try and walk out in the water here though. But we can definitely fish our favorite method here, rail fishing. That's what I call it. Just fish off the rail here and fish the little pocket that forms up against the wall here, and even the flat area as well, although that's moving very fast. So something would really have to be aggressive to grab it in there. But we'll see what we can do. Water level is really good for right here right now. It's just a matter of how many people have been fishing here, and depending on the water temperature. You don't see that many people fishing like I do though. A lot of people will just drop like a bait down and just let it sit in there, which is fine. This is a little more interactive, what I do, and I can drop it right in the area that I want to hit, that I've had success in the past. Got one. I would bank on this spot pretty high as far as my probably my top 3 spots. Got a smallie here. Let's see, he's pretty good. Let's see if I can lift this up. I know this line is pretty strong because I tried to break it with my hand and I couldn't do it. I can feel it flexing a little bit. This is what we're looking for here though. This guy here. Straighten out that tail for you. Got a fat stomach on him. I'd like to send a picture out of this guy. I see those guys saw me catch that fish. And this side is really much better for me. I don't know about for everybody else, but you have to know how to fish it too. So it looks like we're off to the races here. I'm going to try another little area down there if I can get to it below that branch there. If I'm able to get to that shoreline and toss it out down there. I just wanted to try this area here behind this fallen log here along the shoreline. See if maybe something could be hiding out in these little rapids down here. There isn't much water to work with here, but and we got some weeds on there. Just below this log here, if I can get it to just, if I can just flip it behind that log there. That's what I'm trying to hit. See if maybe something's hiding in there. Gonna get lucky. Alright, so we're going to try and work at this area down here a little bit. There's a nice little pocket right here, right next to the wall, next to the cement here. It's creating a nice little pocket here for something to be possibly hiding in there. Bounce a jig through there. And I'm going to cast it out into this open water here. Let's see what kind of depth we're dealing with. Used to catch a lot of quillback carp out here. Got something. Feels like a small bass. Kind of shocked. There's something down here. A little guy hiding down here. Doesn't want to go up into that rough stuff and get bounced around. Or maybe there's some bigger fish up there he doesn't want to deal with. There he is. Maybe a carp floating around over there. Bouncing around the edges here though is always something that's good to try. You just got to keep it moving so you don't get snagged. Try to get something to hit it. Oh, we got something big. We're gonna have to move. This could be a carp. Still on there. I can feel that line stretch. I'm gonna try to move with this fish. Instead of trying to bring it to me, I'm gonna have to go to it. Because I don't want this thing to keep going downstream. I'm right even with it now. This thing's hurting my arm. What? How is that fish that strong? Oh, that thing must have been really in that current and made that feel like that was a huge fish. My arm was getting tired pulling this thing. That's a strong little smallie right there. Running that current. So they're further down here, looks like. We got a little fat guy. Nice one. The sun is like over there. Get a nice shot of that guy. So look. That thing was down. Like down here though. Pretty far down. I don't know, like maybe those are fish that are making their way up to the dam to go after those minnows. Oh man, something smacked it down there. Little fish. That could be what these guys are doing. They're just kind of gradually making their way up to the dam here to get food. There's this little guy. He really wanted that jig because I was just ripping that jig in fast, just kind of reeling it in for my next cast. And he hit it once, and he stayed with it. Got it on the second try. I didn't think he was chasing that thing from out there. It just seemed like like I said, they're staged back here. Alright, so we're going to continue to work this area down here. My jig's getting a bit torn up here. Really should retie too. That one fish didn't have a problem chasing that jig at pretty high speed, so that'll keep me out of snags if I can keep this thing moving a bit. Geese are coming this way. Let's see if I can start this up a little higher, because I know that there's kind of a rock bed there that creates like a slower pocket. You can kind of see it, but you can't see it that well right now because the water is so high. You gotta watch out for the branches up here. But that could be where these fish are originating. They're hiding out in that pocket there. and then they're probably chasing this thing. Just saw a fish pop up over there. Yep, that's where they are. I got it right into that pocket area that I was talking about. Definitely gonna have to retie after this one. This is a strong little guy here. And that current. He's just digging, trying to stay down. About the same size as that other one. That's a walleye. Decent walleye. It's like a 17 maybe. Skinny guy. Definitely have to retie now. Really like to get a picture of this guy to send out. Try and get a good angle on the light here. He's skinny. I want to send him back though. See, we got all the geese hanging out with us right now.